Welcome to Green Treasure to understand why parks are crime-free. Thanks to a robust, natural, inbuilt surveillance system named as crime prevention through environmental design, that our parks are crime-free. First of all, we'll have to understand what massive urbanization, crime incidence is high. At present, more than half of the world's population is urbanized, living mostly in cities and towns, and it's projected to rise to 60% by 2030. So what's the need now? Our cities and towns, they are to be inclusive, safe, and crime-free. For that, this CPTED theory, which asserts that proper design and effective use of the built environment can lead to a reduction in the fear and incidence of crime. So this CPTED can help ensure people more easily feel safe, navigate, and participate in desirable activities. What is this CPTED? It's a process for analyzing and assessing crime risks to guide the design management and use of the built environment. It draws on environmental and behavioral psychology to positively influence human behavior to reduce crime and the fear of a crime. So it's operationalized to this extent worldwide now. It is as a part of codes and standards. So we have first generation approach, which is right from 1970s. First generation approach aims to design out the opportunity for and vulnerability to crime, and at the same time design in security risk reduction elements using 7 core principles. So it is based on you have to remove the opportunities and vulnerabilities to crime. This is first, and also you have to include security risk reduction elements. How that can be done? There are 7 core principles. First is territoriality, that is, you are establishing clear boundaries of parks and gardens, and it gives a sense of ownership within a space, and that will discourage the offenders, and this is ours and we care. So that is how the ownership is being given to an area where a park or a garden is being established. Then the second core principle is the surveillance. You are increasing the visibility and opportunities for natural surveillance through design and space activation. So you are creating lighting, you are getting lighting arrangements there, sight lines are clear, and that is making it more surveillance in an area. The third principle is maintenance, as it is followed by the broken window. Broken window theory, which suggests that a small signs of disorder, like a broken window, invite bigger crimes if left unattended. So maintenance is very important. So you have to maintain a well-kept park assets that gives a clear signal that the space is valued and watched. The fourth core principle is the access control. You have to have a limited access points and creating a controlled environment, making it harder for criminals to enter or exit unnoticed. So that means the control, watch and ward has to be there. The gates, entry points are to be managed properly. The sixth one is the activity support. You have to encourage legitimate activities and positive users, thus reducing opportunities for crime. Seventh is the target hardening. You are making potential targets more difficult to access or damage, such as through improved lock and security mechanisms. That means you are using a physical security like locks and alarms. And then the last one is the geographical juxtaposition. That is, in an area, you are considering the surrounding environment and its potential impact on crime patterns. Suppose you are putting a safe busy spot right next to the hidden risky one. Its impact will be positive. So that is called as the geographical juxtaposition. So these principles are very important for primary aspect. So you can have a first generation approach, this CPTED. First, you have to maintain the territoriality of the area. It's ours. We are caring for it. Then you are making a surveillance visible. And then you have access control. Gates, entry points and exit points are controlled in a park. Target hardening. You will not allow the criminals to enter inside. Activity support. You are promoting positive users. You are hosting events and more eyes, less crime. And you are making an image management. You are maintaining it in a proper way. So overall, then is the geographical juxtaposition. This is how CPTED first generation approach is. Then comes the second generation approach. Second generation approach is beyond bricks and bars, people, place, and power. That means we are taking now people, place, and power. This is after 2000, the CPTED second generation approach is uh, now being taken care. It builds on design in community, not just design out crime as in the first generation approach, by expanding prevention strategies into neighborhood conditions and social relations within the neighborhood. So here a social ecology is taken care of, and a neighborhood health are both considered causes of crime and the sources of its prevention. So second generation approach is now the community built up. It aims to build a sense of community and social cohesion over a longer period. The first generation approach is for a short duration, while as the second generation approach will be aimed for a longer period. There are four key concepts. One is social cohesion, community connectivity, community culture, and threshold capacity, which are taking care of the second generation approach. So second generation approach is not just design out crime, but it is design in community. So it is a first generation plus physical security, because we have seen in first that is physical security, locks, lights, and fences. Second generation is related to social fabric, and it is the collectiveness of the together and is managing the space. And the focus is empower people, not just harden targets. So that is not just design out crime, that is you have to design in community. So the focus here in the second generation CPTED is the community designing. So there are four key points. One is the social cohesion. Social cohesion means you are look out for each other, and you share trust and mutual aid. Know your neighbors. Watch out for kids. Report strangers. You shared space, courtyards, benches, community events, signages that says you belong here. So that is the social cohesion. And we are looking out for each other. That is first principle. Second is the community connectivity. You are bringing people together through this design. We are linked physically and socially. Partnerships within the community. Walkable paths, shared amenities. You connect vulnerable groups like elderly and teens to resources. Use activity generators like cafes, libraries, and pop-ups. And that is helping to encourage self-policing, self-policing to potentially discourage crime. So we are getting people together. That is called as the community connectivity, through community connectivity. This will have an effect. We call it the self-policing to potentially discourage the crime. Then comes the community culture. This place has a vibe and it is ours. We share norms, stories, rituals, local art, storytelling, and a community participation in festivals, cultural events, youth clubs, place making design that reflects local history, values and pride. So it encourage neighborhood to adopt a positive outlook. So by means of community culture, when you are sharing your rituals, your all these things through certain events, it is encouraging, it's making a positive outlook. And the fourth is the threshold capacity. How much people pressure can this space handle? That is very important. The area which you are taking care of, where you have to see in cities and towns, neighborhoods can be regarded as ecosystems. So each with limited carrying capacity for certain activities and land uses. When you have a threshold capacity, you have to take care of it. If there is too few people, the houses can be empty, it can be unsafe. But if it's too many, it can lead to a crowd, and then there can be a conflict. So what a designer has to do, design for optimal social density for enough activities. That is called as the threshold capacity. So that means the second generation CPTED is based on first social cohesion, community culture, connectivity, and threshold capacity. So it has a larger impact for the longer period that will have an this crime rate will be very low. And the summary of the event is globally now, CPTED is an increasingly popular crime prevention strategy. Parks are designed in accordance with principles of CPTED. All the parks and the gardens are now designed on the principles of CPTED. Why? To increase comfort level, to provide user-friendly environment. And what is to be done? You have to have a clear sight lines. They are maintained across passive and active use areas for good surveillance. Active as well as passive areas. So clear sight lines is very important in a public place. And all outdoor public spaces should be appropriately and consistently illuminated. That is very important. Illumination, especially when the space is open for the night time also. Then proper light arrangements where nighttime use is expected and encouraged. And the light fixtures are usually mounted high because they are to be vandal resistant. Then you maintain clear visibility in public spaces and along routes. For that, you maintain the trees. You cut trees at the breast height. That means there should be visibility through the forest also. You maintain clear sight lines to potential hazards such as water bodies, open drains, and also use low shrubs and ground cover. That is, you are planting that do not interrupt sight lines or create possible hiding spots. These are the principles. All park areas to be designed and constructed to reduce the potential for unauthorized access and graffiti and vandalism. So they are to be designed and to reduce the potential for unauthorized access. There should not be, the design should be such that there will be limited access, positive activities will be there, the writings on the wall will not be there, graffiti will not be there, and the vandalism will not be encouraged. Such should be the design. See here, a proper lighting arrangement is being maintained here. That proper lighting arrangement is creating the more visibility on the roads, on the dark areas. So they are to be tall, they are to be vandal resistant, and proper lighting arrangement, and also you maintain clear visibility on the roads. So that is very important principle of the CPTED. In addition to this, you will see on the roads how visibility is being maintained. In a covered area, a forest area, though people are there, trees are there, but still you maintain the clear sight lines. In towns or in neighborhoods, the neighborhoods windows are such that the visibility from one side to other side is on the pathways on the areas where more people are walking on the roads, because when you maintain the clear sight lines, more watchful eyes, definitely there will be a less crime. This is how it's being designed in parks and the gardens, to have a crime-free environment there. Thank you very much for joining me. For more tutorials, don't forget to hit subscribe button. Thank you very much.